can you feel the desperation? The gnawing anxiety that grips a championship contender when its pillars begin to crumble? The San Francisco 49ers, a team built on the bedrock of a suffocating defense, are staring into an abyss of injuries, and the question isn't just if they can survive, but how they can possibly replace the irreplaceable. This isn't just about winning games. It's about salvaging a season, about proving that even the most devastating setbacks can't extinguish the fire of a Super Bowl dream. The NFL season is a brutal marathon, a test of endurance, skill, and perhaps most crucially depth. For the San Francisco 49ers, this year has felt less like a marathon and more like a gauntlet, with injuries raining down on their roster like a relentless storm. The defensive side of the ball, once their undisputed strength, has been particularly ravaged. The loss of star edge rusher Nick Bosa for the year was a gut punch, a seismic tremor that shook the very foundations of their pass rush. But then, the unthinkable happened. All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner, the undisputed heart and soul of their defense, went down with a season-ending injury against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Suddenly, a unit that was supposed to be elite, a unit that struck fear into the hearts of opposing quarterbacks and offensive coordinators, is left with gaping holes. It's a crisis, a moment of truth that will define the 49ers season. Yet, despite sitting at a respectable 4-2, tied atop the NFC West with the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco isn't ready to wave the white flag. Not yet. With playoff hopes still very much alive, the front office has shifted into overdrive, frantically searching for reinforcements, for players who can step into the colossal shoes left by their fallen stars. The urgency is palpable, and the rumor mill is churning with names that could potentially shore up this beleaguered defense. The first, and perhaps most tantalizing target for the 49ers appears to be Cincinnati Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson. This isn't just a casual interest. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports that the Niners consider Hendrickson an ideal fit for their defensive scheme, provided the Bengals would part with him for reasonable compensation. Now, let's talk about Trey Hendrickson. This isn't some journeyman. This is the 2024 NFL sacks leader, a player who has consistently terrorized opposing quarterbacks. He's currently on pace for another double-digit sack season, already tallying 4 sacks through 6 games, including a dominant 2-sack performance against the Detroit Lions. He's a proven commodity, a game wrecker, who could immediately inject life into a pass rush reeling from Bosa's absence. The fact that he's playing on a 1-year deal makes him an even more attractive short-term solution for a team desperate to maintain its defensive edge. However, as with all high-stakes trade negotiations, there's a significant hurdle. Despite their 2-4 record, the Cincinnati Bengals are reportedly all in on this season, clinging to the hope of Joe Burrow's eventual return and a late-season surge. Moving their best pass rusher, even for valuable draft capital, simply doesn't make much sense for them right now. This puts the 49ers in a precarious position. They remain competitive despite the injury crisis, but unless Cincinnati's season takes a dramatic turn for the worse, San Francisco might have to look elsewhere for defensive reinforcements. The clock is ticking, and the desperation grows with each passing day. But the need for defensive help extends beyond the pass rush. The loss of Fred Warner, as mentioned, is a catastrophic blow. Warner isn't just a linebacker, he's a defensive coordinator on the field, a tackling machine, a coverage specialist, and the emotional leader of the unit. Replacing him is an almost impossible task, but the 49ers must try. And this is where another intriguing name enters the conversation: New York Jets linebacker Quincy Williams. ESPN insider Dan Graziano has floated Williams as a potential solution, noting that if the Jets are dealing players, as most people seem to expect they will, could linebacker Quincy Williams make sense for San Francisco? This isn't just idle speculation, there's a compelling connection here. Fellow ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler highlights Williams' strong ties to 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. Their previous collaboration in New York saw Williams achieve All-Pro status under Saleh's guidance, making this reunion particularly relevant as the Jets navigate a challenging 0-6 season. The prospect of Williams joining the 49ers seems advantageous for all parties involved. San Francisco would secure a capable one-year stopgap to fill the considerable void left by Warner's injury. Williams, at 29 years old, is playing out the final year of his contract and is poised to hit the free agent market after the season. This makes him an ideal rental for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Meanwhile, the Jets, who are clearly in rebuild mode, would likely benefit from acquiring valuable draft assets in return. This trade would also facilitate a reunion between Williams and Saleh, further aligning the interests of both franchises. It's a unique intersection of opportunity and necessity. So, let's break down the potential impact of a Quincy Williams acquisition. On the field, Williams is a dynamic, hard-hitting linebacker with excellent sideline-to-sideline speed. He excels in run defense and has shown significant improvement in coverage under Saleh's tutelage. He brings a fiery intensity and a veteran presence that could help stabilize a reeling linebacker core. His familiarity with Saleh's system would allow for a relatively seamless transition, minimizing the learning curve and maximizing his immediate impact. He's not Fred Warner, no one is, but he's a high-quality player who can fill a critical role. The financial aspect is also favorable. As a rental, the 49ers wouldn't be committing to a long-term, high-salary deal, which is crucial given their current cap situation and future commitments. The cost in terms of draft capital would likely be manageable, perhaps a mid-round pick, which is a small price to pay for a player who could be the difference between a playoff berth and an early exit. However, there are always caveats. While Williams is a good player, he's not an all-pro caliber talent like Warner. There would inevitably be a drop-off in production and leadership. The question is whether that drop-off would be mitigated by his familiarity with the system and his overall talent. Furthermore, relying on a rental player for such a critical position always carries the risk of a short-term fix that doesn't address long-term needs. But for a team in win-now mode with a championship window potentially closing due to injuries, a short-term fix might be exactly what the doctor ordered. The trade deadline is fast approaching, and the San Francisco 49ers find themselves at a crossroads. Do they succumb to the injury bug and accept a season of mediocrity, or do they make bold moves to keep their Super Bowl dreams alive? The potential acquisitions of Trey Hendrickson and Quincy Williams represent two distinct, yet equally vital, paths to defensive reinforcement. Hendrickson offers an immediate boost to the pass rush, while Williams provides a much-needed stopgap at linebacker. The decisions made in the coming days will undoubtedly shape the remainder of the 49ers season. Will they be able to pry Hendrickson away from a reluctant Bengals team? Can they orchestrate a reunion between Quincy Williams and Robert Saleh? The answers to these questions will determine whether the 49ers can overcome their injury woes and once again emerge as a dominant force in the NFC. What do you think, football fanatics? Are these the right moves for the 49ers? Should they go all in on these defensive reinforcements, or are there other players they should be targeting? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your passion and insights are what make this community so incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button if you found this report insightful, and hit subscribe to stay on top of all the latest NFL news and analysis. Your support helps us bring you more of the hard-hitting, in-depth coverage you crave. Be cool, and we'll catch you next time.